Thank you, Creator, for all you've given me. The sun, the moon, the Mother Earth, the birds up in the trees. And thank you for the love I feel from my friends and family. Thank you for all you've given me.
A lot of people seem to think that Silat is a very low stance start, and it is in a lot of the different systems. They are very low, but there's also the more upright version of it, and this is the Dutch Indonesian version. What we're looking at here is just a very simple technique based upon the first stance of the legwork training set, or should I say the second stance, I'm sorry. This is where you turn out to one side or the other. And we're going to do a turn here, and the turn is going to be the throw. It's a very simple thing, but there are a lot of elements to it. I'm not trying to minimize the importance of the base, angle, and levers that are involved here. As a matter of fact, I've broken it down into a little pictorial so that you can actually see the various steps that it takes to put together a very simple technique. And this is why it is so important to learn the stances, to be absolutely comfortable with the stances and with the jurus, because that's all that we're using here. We're just using a basic juru and a basic lanka, the hand movement and the leg movement. And it's almost like stinking magic. I mean, the opponent ends up on the ground in a position where his arm's going to break. Yeah, bless his heart. I mean, that's just, one of the downfalls of attacking somebody that you shouldn't be attacking. Now, also, in KunTao Silat, our blocks are more, I would say, a deflection, because you really don't want people to get too far away from you. You notice that everything that we do is moving inward, and we want to keep the opponent very close where we can tie up his hitting mechanisms or kicking mechanisms or whatever. And you can never underestimate the power and the severity of a boxer's punch. This is just a very simple deflection, but once again, the armor is up, the bone shield is up, the hand is in a position to punch to the face if you want, and the legs are in a position where it makes it very easy to throw the opponent simply by doing what we call the turning juru set. Is just that simple. Now, naturally, we use the horse stance to make sure that he's not going to be able to kick or punch, and that we'll be able to hit him. But here's just your standard wiper block or PalmWaving or whatever you want to call it. It's just a very simple solution to somebody throwing something at you like a punch. Now, there are a lot of aspects to it, and on YouTube, I'm certainly not going to go into all of the detail that I do with the distance learning course and the Guru certification course. But see, once again, even with a kick, we're simply deflecting and taking the superior position. And that's just the basics. That is the basics. We're not talking about ducking under it with a low stance. We're just talking about brushing it aside in a way that the perpetrator falls down. And, that, golly, what can you do when that happens? It's not your fault. Same with the side kick. We're just diverting, deflecting the kick the same way that we do a punch. It's just a little different because it's coming at a different angle. It's coming from down below, so you want to make sure that you get him stretched up to where, maybe, one of his tendons will tear or something. I mean, you really don't know. He could just fall and hurt himself for all we know. The same thing, the wiper block goes with a front kick, exactly the same. And look at the position. That's all I'm showing you here is just the position. You're taking the incoming, you're deflecting it, and you're moving in a way that it makes it very difficult for an opponent to retaliate. And it's just a very simple thing. This is the PalmWaving, we call it. And it's right out of the Jurus, and it's easy. Now, naturally, I'm moving into position to retaliate. And this is the simple moving inward. This comes right out of the inner circle greeting. We move inward when an attack comes. That way we're in a position to do some real damage. See, that could have been a punch to the head, and that could be a elbow right to the head or to the leg or anywhere.
Yahweh, 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 Yahweh.
Kachenuas, Tanawamane, Adamane Mamakiia, Wachia Nebuel, Sepali Padulia Aduli. Great Spirit, watch over us. Guide us through our pains and sorrows, and never let us fear this life on earth.